What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be giving you a general overview as well as a tutorial on the Grape Finance protocol. So we'll start off, I'll just take you through what the protocol is and how it works, and then later on in the video I will actually show you how you can invest in this project from start to finish if you're interested, which you should be. So Grape Finance is a tomb fork over on the Avalanche network. However, whereas Tomb holds its peg to Phantom, Grape attempts to hold a one-to-one peg with MIM through algorithms. So it's trying to be a stable coin. Basically, MIM is a US dollar stable coin for those who don't know. The project is relatively early, as you can see, only about 7.5 to 8 million TVL. However, this number is growing very, very quickly, which has got me really excited. So to start off with, let's just go over what tokens are involved in the project. First of all, we have Grape, currently sitting at $1.20, so slightly over peg, but that's fine. That is the main protocol's token. We also have Wine. Wine is not stable. It is a volatile asset, and it almost acts as like a share or stock of the project, similar to T-shares over on Tomb Finance. So it is volatile, but it has been growing rapidly as the TVL has increased it, which is, super exciting. And then finally for the tokens, we have G-bonds. This is basically a token which is used to regain a peg if it falls below the $1 mark. So currently, no need for it because we're above peg, but if that just dip, they issue bonds in order to get that to peg back up. We also see here the three main liquidity pools that the project uses and that you'll be working with if you get involved in the project. That being Grape Mim, Wine Mim, and Grape Wine. They're the three important ones for the project. Starting off in the vineyard, this is where you can stake tokens or LP tokens in order to earn an interest rate and earn those beautiful rewards. Similar to the pools on the home tab, we have Grape Mim, Wine Mim, and Grape Wine, each of them with their respective APR. It depends on, the APR changes depending on the pool, and this isn't a fixed APR, this is a fluctuating APR. We also have single-sided grape staking, so you can just stake grape on its own, as well as two shares for two pools for partnerships, basically. On the front, it shows you the name of the vineyard pool or farm, and it also shows the current APR, which can fluctuate. And they have a useful little calculator that shows if you deposit $1,000, how much will you make, a day, a week, a month, a year, etc. If we click into one of these, you'll see I've got a little test amount here because this is the test account that I'm using. It will just show you general stats, daily APR, TVL. Also, how much you got staked, how much you've earned, a typical farm basically. Next, we have the winery, and this is basically the first part of the auto compounding that you can do on Grape Finance. All of the farms in the vineyard provide their rewards in wine. If you want to compound your rewards, you can come over to the winery and you can stake that wine to earn more grape. And that's where sort of this looping function comes into play. You stake your tokens to earn wine, you stake that wine to earn more grape, which you can then restake for more wine and just continue looping and looping and looping, which not only provides more rewards, but it also improves the security and stability of the project. So it's basically a win-win situation. There's a lot more tabs up here, but the last one I'm going to be talking about are nodes. These have been recently added. These nodes are basically just locked staking. So if we head into the grape node, one node costs 50 grape or $60 at current price. And it's basically just locked staking. So you lock up the grape in order to buy the node, and that will go ahead and pay a 1.7% daily APR. So if we head back over to the vineyard, if you do unlock staking for grape, you're looking about 0.5%, so 0.5%. If you buy a node, you're looking at over 3 times the APR if you're willing to lock your grape rather than be able to have instant liquidity and access to it. I love this. I'm super bullish on the project, so I don't mind locking up tokens and buying a node if it means I get a much higher APR. So a super cool feature. These are the main ones I'm going to talk about now, just because the homepage, the vineyard, the winery, and the node, they're the main ones you're going to use, but they've also got a few other elements which you can research yourself. So now the question most of you are probably asking, how do I actually invest in this project? So let's move on to the tutorial side of things. To begin with, just like anything in the DeFi space, you need a MetaMask wallet. And this tutorial is going to presume that you already have a MetaMask wallet set up. If you don't, I've provided 2 links down in the video description. Number 1 is a link to the MetaMask website. Personally, I would recommend using that link in order to avoid any scam websites or paid advertisements. There is a lot going around for MetaMask because of how popular it is. The one link down below is the one you see here. It is the legit URL, but do what you want to do your own research, just don't click on any scam links. I also provided a link in the video description to another video I made which takes you through the entire process of setting up a MetaMask wallet. So if you have no idea how to go through that, you've never set up a crypto wallet before, there is a video down there outlining all the steps you need to go through. So from this video going forward, or from this point in the video forward, I presume you have a MetaMask wallet set up. The other thing you're going to have to do is add the Avalanche network to your MetaMask. So as you can see, already got it added. But if you haven't, you can click up here, select add network, and then type in the RPC details for Avalanche. Or you can just go ahead and access a Avalanche project and it'll automatically add the RPC for you. So from this point over, I presume, or I'm going to presume you have a MetaMask wallet set up on the Avalanche network. So hopefully you can get that sorted. If you haven't, pause this video, go check out the other resources I've got provided, or once you've got that set up, come back to this video and we can move forward. Next, you're going to have to buy yourself some Avax. Avax is the main token and the gas token used for the Avalanche network. That's how you're going to basically get your initial money onto the Avalanche C chain. You're going to need the Avax for 2 things. First of all, you're going to have to get enough Avax that you actually want to invest in the project. So say you want to invest $100 into Grape, you need to buy $100 worth of Avax. Avax is also used to pay gas fees, and you will have to use gas fees for every single transaction you make. So you want to make sure you have some extra Avax purchased on top of your investment amount so that you can pay for the transactions. So they're basically the 2 reasons why you're going to need Avax for this. I'm going to be using KuCoin. This is what I use as my main trading platform. I enjoy it. It works perfectly fine. These steps will be roughly the same whether you're using KuCoin, Binance, Crypto.com, Coinbase, whatever. But for this, I'm going to be using KuCoin because that's what I use. So you're going to want to buy yourself some Avax. Use whatever payment method you want. But the important thing is you've got Avax in your wallet and we need to click withdraw to withdraw it to our MetaMask wallet. These are the 2 things that are very important. So we've already selected the coin we want to withdraw, which is Avax. Next, you're going to click on your MetaMask wallet and copy your address, which you can paste in here. This is the most important part out of all of this, selecting your network. You want to select the Avax C chain. This is where all the DeFi projects and smart contracts are deployed on. You do not want just the Avalanche network. You want Avax C chain. Okay, so make sure Avax C chain is selected and your wallet address is correct. They're the 2 things you're going to want to double check. Type in the amount you want to send, hit withdraw, go through the 2-factor authentication process, and wait until your Avax shows up in your wallet. Relatively straightforward process, especially with how good exchanges are nowadays. But the wallet address and the network are 2 things you have to make sure you get right, otherwise you do risk losing your funds. So you should now at this point have Avax in your MetaMask wallet, and we're going to want to go ahead and buy some Grape. To do so, you're going to head over to Trader Joe. Again, links to all of this will be down in the description, so you shouldn't have to access any external links on Google. They're all down below. Here we're going to have to do 2 transactions in order to buy Grape. You can't, due to the way the liquidity is set out, as was demonstrated over here with the liquidity pools. There is no liquidity pool that lets you go from Avax to Grape. What you'd have to do is go from Avax to Mim, and then Mim to Grape. Still super easy process. On Trader Joe's trade feature, make sure your wallet's connected by the way, you're going to select Avax on the top, and on the bottom you're going to type in Grape. Now, you are not going to have this by default. Unfortunately, Trader Joe does not support it by default. Okay, what you're going to have to do is head over to the contract page in the docs. Again, I'll link it down below, and you're going to want to copy the Grape address for Avax, right? And what you can do is in the search, you can paste the address and Grape will show up, okay? You're going to go ahead and click add. I've already got it added, so it says remove, because you're going to need this for later. Subsequently, you can also do it for wine, as you're probably going to want that at some point. The first transaction we're going to have to make is Avax to Mim. Now luckily, Mim is supported by Trader Joe, so you can just type in Mim, and you can see we now have the trading pair between Avax and Mim. You're going to type in however much you want to convert, 10 Avax, 12 Avax, whatever, and then click the confirm transaction down below and confirm it in MetaMask. Next, you're going to actually be able to buy Grape. So we're going to flip this around so that we're swapping from Mim, and here we're going to search up Grape or paste the contract from the link provided down below. Now you can go ahead and transfer your Mim over to Grape. There's two ways of adding liquidity, this depends really on your strategy, right? In the winery, if you just want to single-sided stake Grape, then you're going to want to convert all of your Mim into Grape. If you're going to want to deposit into like the Grape Mim pool, or the wine Mim pool, or the Grape wine pool, everything has to be done in 50-50 splits based off value. So you need 50% Grape, 50% Mim. So say you want to get into Grape, right? There's two ways of doing this. Number one, and the easiest way, if you click on stake, there is the ability to zap. So you can select Mim or Grape, and you can select how much you want to zap, and it will automatically convert that Mim into pooled Grape and Mim, or Grape into pooled Grape and Mim. Super easy. Some people don't like zapping, and they like to do it manually. If that is the case, when trading between Mim and Grape, you want to make sure you only swap half of it, okay? Because all pools require 50-50. So say you bought $100 worth of Mim, then you only want to convert $50 of Mim over to Grape or over to wine, depending on what LP pool you want to get into. If you're going to zap, it doesn't matter if you've got 100% Mim or 100% Grape, because both assets are supported over on the zapping feature. Subsequently, if you just want a single-sided stake Grape, or you just want to buy a Grape or wine node, you just need 100% of that token. But for any of the pools, if you are planning on zapping, you've got to provide 50-50 of each token. So if you want to zap, that's what you've got to go ahead and do. Some people don't like zapping, as I said. If you don't like zapping, we're going to continue through the process of manually adding the liquidity. So depending on what you want, make sure you've got 50% of each token. So for the example, say you bought $100 of Mim, you're going to want to go ahead and convert 50% of Mim over to Grape if you want to invest in the Grape Mim LP pool, for example. Go ahead, confirm that transaction, confirm it in MetaMask. Next, you're going to head over to the pool tab in Trader Joe, and you're going to search for Grape, and this should come up straight away. Here you can see the Grape Mim pool we would like to invest in. You go ahead and click on it, and you can input the amount of liquidity you want to provide. If I type 50 in here for the Mim value, you will see it will automatically fill in the amount of Grape we need in order to hold that 50-50 balance. And this is what I was talking about with the trading, of having to hold that 50-50 balance in value between the two. Once you've got the amount selected, confirm the transaction down here, confirm it in MetaMask, and you will have provided the liquidity. You can then head over to Grape Finance, and where this plus is, you can add your LP. So this will have a balance in it. You can hit max, confirm with the MetaMask transaction, and it will go through. That's how you can do it manually. Personally, I would just recommend zapping. It's super easy. You choose one of the assets and it goes ahead and saves you a lot of effort. Say you want to get into the Grape Mim pool, which is what I am most bullish on. All you would have to do in Trader Joe is trade between Avax and Mim. It's a single transaction, and then go ahead and add or zap the Mim, and that's 2 transactions. Significantly less than if you want to do it all manually. But I understand for things like the node, there's no zapping for the node. You have to buy Grape and buy it in Grape. So this was my general overview of Grape Finance, as well as a short little tutorial on how to invest in it. If you've got any questions, please feel free to put them in the comment section below. I try and answer all questions within a few hours. So any questions whatsoever, if anything isn't working, comment down below and I'll try and get you helped out. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. It helps out a ton. And I hope you have a great rest of your day.